Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a first perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, we got a hell of a show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So about two days ago, we did a live, and the live was reacting to an update from the Joy Taylor situation. As you guys know, Joy Taylor was part of that bombshell lawsuit, 42-page lawsuit that involved other key figures like Charlie Dixon and Skip Bayless, right, where they alleged some pretty crazy things in the lawsuit. It was a very detailed lawsuit. Now, normally when allegations like that are made about individuals, regardless of whether or not it's true, usually what happens immediately is that the company that they work for immediately suspends them. That's certainly what happened to Michael Irvin. But in the case of Joy Taylor, she was allowed to stay on TV and continue to do her job. But then out of nowhere, we got some reports that she had been suspended from FS1, and she hadn't been on TV for a number of days. I think ever since the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. And people began to point this out. We covered it. We reacted to it. So this morning, I was just searching the internet to try to understand whether or not there was an update out there or not. And it turns out there actually was an update. And this article comes from an article I found on awfulannouncing.com, and it has the following headline. It says, Paul Pierce remarks harsh conditions amid Joy Taylor's absence from Speak. And I was like, wait, what? Paul Pierce? Now, why is this important? As you guys know, or some of you may know, Paul Pierce and Keyshawn Johnson host the show, I believe Speak, with Joy Taylor. Right. So these guys used to be with Skip Bayless. So they host the show and she's the moderator. Right. But I noticed that even when I watched them this week, that even Rick Bucher was the one that was filling in. But then I started reading through this article, and then it turns out there's some actual video footage and audio of these guys actually saying it. And I'm like, man, something must be going on here. So this is the report that we want to get into right now. But before we get into it, please, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on PrizePicks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, so let me just read through what this article says. It says Thursday marks 4 days since Joy Taylor was reportedly sidelined by Fox Sports, raising questions about her sudden absence. According to a front office sports Glass-Steagall, Taylor isn't on an extended post-Super Bowl break. Instead, the Sports Media Insider reported Wednesday that she had been sidelined from FS1 Speak, which she has not hosted at all this week. The reason for her removal remains unclear. A Fox spokesperson declined to comment when reached by FOS. Taylor's absence comes just over a month after she was named as a defendant in a workplace misconduct lawsuit filed by former Fox Sports hairstylist Nushin Faraji. The lawsuit accuses Taylor of mocking Faraji, who is Persian, over her ethnicity and engaging in sexual relationships with Fox Sports executive Charlie Dixon and co-host Emmanuel Acho to advance her career. Despite the allegations, Taylor remained on air for FS1 in the weeks following the lawsuit's filing. She was also prominently featured in Fox's Super Bowl's coverage from New Orleans earlier this month. And while the network is still staying silent, Paul Pierce is not. Never want to hold back. One of the reasons he's no longer at ESPN. The former Boston Celtics star seemingly weighed in on Taylor's situation in a video posted to social media. So what we want to do is we actually want to play the sound from this video for you guys, a very short video, about a 10-second or so video, and then want to come back and continue to react to what these guys had to say.
Bad boy.
All right, let's get it today. Speak. Got the crew up here.
Yeah, it's the crew.
Let's get it, y'all.
Can't keep doing this under these conditions, though.
These conditions is harsh, though. Hey, man, damn.
So you heard what these guys had to say there. That was Keyshawn Johnson and Paul Pierce reacting to, the report, the situation, essentially giving their take on it, saying that it's been rough. What are my thoughts about this? Number one, I'm surprised that this didn't happen sooner. Okay, now I was getting into this yesterday on the live that we did 2 days ago on the live that we did, but I had to cut it short abruptly. And I was saying this. The question then becomes, why the need for this? Why are they suspending her now, according to reports? Because initially when the news broke, they didn't. So the question is why? Well, one can then deduce that the reason they're deciding to do it now is because there may be some truth to what's going on here, right? Why do it now? Why not do it before? Because as I said before, normally it happens immediately, but she was given a degree of freedom that a lot of people don't get. But nevertheless, it's happened now. So then one begins to wonder, well, why? What's going on within that lawsuit? Is it true? Right? And is there any situation there? Because if it is true, I definitely expect a lot more noise to come from this. Now, I know Marcellus Wiley covered it, and to be quite honest with you, as more information comes out, these are the people you need to follow on the story. Marcellus Wiley, Jason Whitlock, because these guys actually work there at FS1, right? They know all of these people here. So I believe that these guys will give more insight, and maybe they will have more answers than somebody like me that's on the outside looking in, trying to make sense of all of this. If it does turn out that what Faraji was alleging is true, it's going to be crazy. But I will say, going through that 42-page lawsuit, I mean, she kept a lot of receipts. It's one thing if people try to say something and they kind of give these vague details. This was way too precise. She was given names. She was given times. She was given locations. Hell, she even gave a location of the elevator or something. I'm like, bro, like, this is very, very detailed. So for her to have all of these receipts and have all of these pieces of evidence that she has in her coffers, I mean, does somebody just make all of that up? I mean, it seemed very, 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 very detailed, because she was essentially placing people at various locations in her story, right? And for her to come out and say what she said, man, it's a pretty big one. I guess we have to wait and see ultimately what comes from this story. I don't know. I don't know if Joy Taylor did it or not. There were a lot of things alleged against Skip Bayless. I don't know if any of that happened or not. Skip Bayless, obviously, he's no longer at FS1. He's doing the show by himself. But after that did happen, you saw his wife there supporting him and all of that. So maybe Skip didn't do anything at all. I don't know, right? I don't know. I'm just reporting the story and waiting to see, like the rest of y'all, whether or not this is going to happen. But apparently, Paul Pierce and these guys were making light of it. But I'm sure it must be a little bit difficult, right? Because there's been a lot of shakeups at FS1, especially since Skip Bayless left. Those guys used to be with him. Now they have their own show. And you have now Joy being missing in action and all of that. We got to wait and see, man. But these are just my thoughts. The question to the audience is simply this. Look, do you guys think that there's anything happening here, or no, this is just nothing? Maybe she's on leave, or maybe she's on break. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and we catch you on the next show, and I'm out. Peace.